Hello, everyone, and let's have a look at some of the news here in the crypto space today. And I guess one of the movers here during the first quarter is the Binance. The Binance coin is apparently up about 185% or 200% in the first quarter here of 2019, jumping from about $6 to about 17, $18. So we can have a look at a little bit closer up here, and we can see February 2019 started down here. So it's been on a steady climb actually, and this is it just goes to show that compared to, for example, where do we have Bitcoin? Uh, this one has actually had a nice trend and is currently towards the upper bands. So there are things moving in the right direction as well, and also for some of these other currencies, other projects, things are starting to move a little bit here lately. Uh, okay, we don't see much here, but on Ethos, for example, on the 4-hour chart, you have these spikes higher, and so we'll have to see if it's an indication of what is to come or if it's only a temporary movement. Litecoin, nothing much there. Ethereum is holding towards the top of the range, but it's all flattish. So like these bigger market cap projects, they are kind of more flattish, and well, except for Binance, and maybe some of these smaller projects are starting to move higher here. And we can just one concept. I mean, here they're talking about Binance again. Let's skip that. And one concept with the Bitcoin is, of course, the mining, right? That we hear mining, and you envision coins being dug out of the ground, but Bitcoin isn't physical. So why do we call it mining? Because it's similar to gold mining in that the Bitcoins exist in the protocol's design, just as the gold exists underground, but they haven't been brought out into the light yet. And you have these nodes, right? That which you can say is just a computer, and a node is a powerful computer that runs the Bitcoin software and helps to keep Bitcoin running by participating in the relay of information. So it's more or less just having your computer on, and I guess in terms of Bitcoin, you have they use proof of work, which is a which is different from proof of stake that Pivx is using, for example, and some of these other projects. Whereas where you just basically keep your computer on, and the software takes care of everything. Whereas this mining, they have to solve equations and things like this. Let's see what they say here. Some nodes are mining nodes, usually referred to as miners. These group outstanding transactions into blocks and add them to the blockchain. How do they do this? By solving a complex mathematical puzzle that is part of the Bitcoin program and including the answer in the block. The puzzle that needs solving is to find a number that, when combined with the data in the block and passed through a hash function, uh, produces a result that is within a certain range. And this is much harder than it sounds. I guess everybody would do it otherwise. But of course, it's a lot of it takes a lot of electricity, and this has been on the environment and so on. So it's really a bit questionable. All the kind of energy that goes into solving these puzzles, and that's why proof of staking is so much more friendly kind of thing. Although it's not nearly as cushy a deal as it sounds, there are a lot of mining nodes competing for that reward, and it is a question of luck and computing power. The more guessing calculations you can perform, the luckier you are. Also, the cost of being a mining node are considerable, not only because of the powerful hardware needed, um, but also because of the large amounts of electricity that running these processors consumes. The difficulty of a calculation, the required number of zeros at the beginning of the hash string is adjusted frequently, so that it takes on average about 10 minutes to process a block. And why 10 minutes? Because they apparently had calculated until there's 21 million coins in some year in the future. 10 minutes sounded like a good thing. And yeah, that's about it. So that's some facts about mining, and which has been, of course, very popular during the last few years. But it's really being dominated by this huge company in China, Bitmain, who I think I don't know how much of the total volume they mine, but it's a lot, I think. So we'll see how that develops. But I do prefer other coins that have more like proof of staking and such methods that are less energy intensive. So okay, I think that's it for now for today, and take care.